What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news, some more news concerning the resistance. This is Eddie Hearn, okay? First Mauricio Suleiman, now Eddie Hearn, and this is what Eddie Hearn had to say. He said that he's content if the relationship with Turki Alashikh ends due to the Ring magazine joining forces with Dana and TKO. Alashikh recently announced a partnership between his publication and now the promotional outfit, the Ring leading MMA organization, TKO, who owns the UFC, okay, and Sella, the current owners of the WWE. The plan of the union is to create a boxing league similar to one that the UFC's Dana White, who is also involved in this new partnership, once created in mixed martial arts. This league would see one promotional outfit have entire control over the sport, with the best fighting the best and there being only one champion per weight class. And Hearn believes the new partnership with White and company will not spell the end of his relationship with Alashikh, but he is prepared for it regardless, okay? And this is what he said. He said, I don't think it's the end of our relationship, but if he has moved on, thank you very much, Hearn said. I've enjoyed it. I've made lots of money. And our fighters have a great opportunity. My relationship with His Excellency is a very good one, and it's a very deep one. We've been extremely loyal to him. He's been extremely loyal to us, okay? You know, there's not just the league. There's Riyadh season. There's Ring Magazine events. There's the WBC Grand Prix. We don't rely on Saudi to run income, our business, but we enjoy it. And it's also been very productive and fruitful for Matchroom and our fighters. So I think with the job that we've done, I think His Excellency is a very smart man. He knows how good I am. But if we shook hands today and never worked again, we'd go back to doing 35 shows a year globally and still being the biggest in the world. But I believe this is just the beginning. If everybody wants to come and work together, if there's a fight all of a sudden, I'm up for that as well. I'm chilled. I really am. Okay. And he went on to say a lot more, but I'm not going to read all that. But Eddie did say that he doesn't like the opportunity of one champion. He said he mentioned it with Dana White and they tried to make it once upon a time, but, you know, he looked at it as, you know, people being a champ and the legitimacy or the importance of people knowing what it's like to be a champ. However, if you got 1,000 champions, how good is really being a champion? You know what I mean? It makes it less significant. It's like the comic book industry. The comic book industry plummethed because they kept making the number one, then the number one gold, then the number one silver, then the number one bronze. It lost its appeal because the value of a comic book, the number one edition is always the most in most cases, right? Just for an example. So if you make 100 of them, it's less significant. Therefore, the comic book industry plummethed because they were making too much, trying to make too much money, trying to do and stretch the potential. And, you know, and they were wrong. So that's just why you don't see a lot of comic books. You have to go to a comic book store, needless to say. You know what I mean? Just to pick it up, you know. But at the end of the day, you know, boxing came like that. Hey, if you got 4 champions in a weight class, how significant is one? And even if when you do get one, it's like it goes all the way back anyway. Like game's over after the last belt has been obtained because something happens with those sanctioning bodies. They figure out, you know what, we have one champion. He's a champion of all, you know, so let's find a way to take our belt back and give it to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? That's what you really see. And it starts with the IBF, right? They are the first culprits to make sure that that belt's stripped from that unified champion because it happens all the time. Bud Crawford, Tyson Fury, you know, Alexander Usyk, right? A lot of times that has happened. So that being said, you know, it's not significant. So him saying, well, I like the idea of making our fighters champions. I think that's him selling a promo or selling an idea to a fighter that he signs. Like, you could be champ one day. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, how good is it really? But anyway, him saying that he doesn't depend on Turki Alashikh is only him saying we're prepared for whatever comes. That's all he's saying. He didn't go the route with Mauricio. Mauricio's pissed. He's pissed at the WBC. You know what I'm saying? But Eddie, he's keeping his options open, which is smart. You know, because a lot of times, you know, if oh, let me go with Mauricio Suleiman. Okay, well, what if that takes off in a major way? What if this TKO company that wants to promote a one champion, one face, one name per weight class, what if it goes like the UFC went? If it goes that way and they got whole new people, all that will be, they will be the resistance. And because they're not working with Turki Alashikh, it's going to be the same as it always been. It's going to be these guys over here fighting amongst each other, and then these guys over here fighting amongst each other. And then you won't have collaboration between the two because you're either on the WBC side and all that versus the TKO Dana White Turki Alashikh show over here. So that's pretty much all it's going to be. So to change boxing is ultimately going to go back to the way it was. That's it. Counterpunch. But Eddie's keeping his options over. He knows, and I think he's contented either way. Because I was thinking a while back, how much money did Eddie made from all these fights from these fighters that fought and made their money? A pretty big lump sum, isn't it? But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Eddie stating that he does not depend on Turki Alashikh to make his money. He has his own thing going. He respects it. He values it, but he doesn't need it. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.